Hi guys, this is Rusty 78609 in Central Texas, USA. Sunday morning, November the 5th, 2017, 75 top down degrees at 10:18 a.m. and I got that out with one breath. Having said that, guys, I'm on a rock and roll this morning. I mean, I am on fire. I accidentally spilled some gasoline on me and lit it. I'm kidding. Anyway, what we're going to talk about today while I'm driving, doing my driving vid, my daily or whenever driving vid. We're in Central Texas, USA for you new guys. We're on Park Road 4. We're going to go by Inks Lake State Park and over to Buchanan Dam and stuff like that. But anyway, having said that, we're going to talk about setting your RV up for boondocking or off-grid living. I am not an expert on this topic at all. I have learned some by doing, in that I have acquired a Dometic CF18 12-volt refrigerator or freezer, not both at the same time, but one or the other at a time. And it just sips energy. I have a 120 amp hour AGM battery that the solar charges. I have a 120 watt ZAMP suitcase portable panel, two panels. They fold together and fit in this little suitcase. Perfectamundo. It works. I used it in the summer for 7 or 8 weeks and it worked really well. Kept the battery charged and the refrigerator ran 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It also ran a fan. But now I'm going to expand on that a little bit. Why? Well, the refrigerator I have in my RV right now is 110 volts only. I have a 2018 Coachman Clipper Cadet 16 foot. It's called a CFB, which means Clipper Front Bedroom. But I plan to set it up for totally being off-grid, and I will do it this way. I will acquire first a Max Air, either 3 or 10 speed manual, not remote, vent fan for the bathroom vent, which is 14 by 14, and the Max Air vent fan will fit right in there, and it sips energy on the first 3 speeds. And I've been told by people that have them that they really move a large volume of air and they're very satisfied with them. So that would eliminate having to run another type of fan in the RV, and hopefully that would provide enough cooling for the places that I go, because I look for those places where the temperature suits my clothes, so to speak, and that takes care of the vent fan. The next thing will be to acquire a 100 watt Renogy, R-E-N-O-G-Y, monocrystalline suitcase portable package. Why would I go with Renogy? Well, they're less expensive than the ZAMP for sure. Of course, you get what you pay for. I know I'm going to hear a lot of that in the comments. Rusty, go ahead and get the ZAMP, even though it's twice as much. But I don't need it. I'm going to probably go with the Renogy 100 watt to charge my battery on the RV. See, I'll have 2 batteries. One battery, the AGM 120 amp hour battery, will be used to power the Dometic CF18 refrigerator, freezer, whatever. I'll be using it as a freezer probably. And then it will also run the Google Home speaker device. And it will also run what? I'm not sure what else will be hooked onto that. Maybe nothing, but there's plenty of things I could add to it. You know, as far as charging the cell phone and laptop and my Kindle, I can do that in the truck while I'm driving from site to site. And the Chromebook charge lasts me about a week. The cell phone charge lasts about a day. Yeah, a little over a day. I'm doing videos and those. So I need to charge the phone once a day, but that's not a problem. What else? The battery on the RV, the Interstate, it's a series or group 24 battery. It's an 80 amp hour battery. And I plan to use the Renogy 100 amp solar panel to keep that battery charged, and that will provide energy. That battery will provide energy for the refrigerator that does not have a freezer. It's the refrigerator that came with the travel trailer. It's 110 only, so I'd have to get a little inverter and hook it up, not a problem. It only draws about 60-80 watts. It's very energy efficient based on what I've read about it, but we'll see. And if that will keep that refrigerator going, plus what little, I will use the lighting on the inside very, very little. And besides that, all the interior lighting in my travel trailer is LED, and it's very energy efficient in that respect. As far as any ghost drain, I don't think I'll have any, because I don't have any devices inside. I don't have a monitor panel for the refrigerator. That's a biggie. That, believe it or not, that sucks a lot of power. I do not have a monitor panel for the tanks, you know, the black water and gray water and fresh water. I have no monitor for that. As far as the gas sensor, whatever it is thing, it's a 9-volt battery that operates that. What else? I don't know. I have to think about it. I don't know how the inverter or converter works in there. I may have to unplug it. I'm not sure. We'll think about that. Depending on how it goes. But anyway, you can get a Renogy 100-watt suitcase panel. If you add the extensions, and I'm going to get one 20-foot extension cord, because believe me, the 15-foot that comes with it ain't enough, and you'll need to move it further to keep it, you know, because I like to park, you know, kind of in the shade sometimes. And that way I'll be able to put the panels out in the sun. Now, as far as water, the RV has about, I can't remember exactly offhand, I'm driving, of course, but I think it's around 30-gallon freshwater tank. And, you know, hell, if I fill that water tank up, the freshwater tank, and just use that water for showering and rinsing off dishes, and that's all, I wouldn't use it for drinking water. I got a 5-gallon container that I'll put my drinking water in, but that much fresh water would last me, geez, at least 20 days, and I'll never be out for that long. What I'm looking for, I'm targeting 7 days continuous boondocking events at a time, and then I can either go replenish or move to another site. See how it goes. And then I'm really, you know, just pushing the ball forward a little bit, thinking, well, wait a minute, I mean, if you can set this thing up to be fully self-contained, quote, off-grid, which I can do very easily, it appears to cost me about, probably it's going to end up costing me about $1,000 to do the complete thing with the Max Air vent fan installed. Will cost me around, round numbers, 500 probably. And by the time I get through with all the solar and the inverter and whatever else I'm going to need, probably another 500 there. So that's 1,000. So I burn another $1,000. But how do I get it back? Well, I get it back because I can camp anywhere for free. Okay? I mean, I can go to Walmart, I can go to boondocking out on public land, I can go out on forest land, I can go anywhere. Okay? And if I come back home, and you know, if I come back home at this time of the year, like, see, right now the temperature is 75 degrees. So if I came back to my home base in October, say the middle of October, and stayed here, say October, November, December, January, February, and then pulled out in March each year to go do my traveling, I believe I could really live totally off-grid in my travel trailer year-round very comfortably. Now, as far as heating, as far as cooking, of course, I've got the 2-burner propane stove. That's not an issue, and I've already figured out I don't need a microwave, and I don't need an oven. I can live easily without that, because I got the RV travel trailer on October the 14th, and this is November the 5th, and I have had no need for a microwave or an oven. So we'll just continue that. We're on Highway 29 here now. This is the intersection of Park Road 4 and 29, and this is kind of a curvy intersection. You have to be careful. But anyway, having said that, so I might have rigged it up. What, you know, would I live in it full-time off-grid? I might, just to see if I can. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the life I live. It's an adventure. You know, is it inconvenient? Yeah, there's a lot of things I do that are difficult. You know, that, you know, I even have to sweat sometimes. Wow, can you imagine? You know, no central air and heat, and you're, what is that water on your body? That's sweat, man. You know? Yeah, is that good for you? Hell yes. But be that as it may, it's just amazing to me how much fun it is to do this stuff, man. I mean, and it's all available. The great thing is, see, solar has come so far that you know, they're much more efficient now. The prices are down. I mean, I can get a 100-watt suitcase portable Renogy for you know, 260 bucks or whatever it is on Amazon. You know, that's amazing. You know, 100-watt. You know, 100-watt matched up with a 80 amp hour battery is a pretty good match. It's got a 10 amp controller that comes with it. It's got all the stuff. It's just a suitcase just like the Zamp, only it's a 100-watt. It's a German-made monocrystalline panel. They're good, but they're not as good as the Zamp. They're really not. But the Zamps cost twice as much. Okay, a Zamp 100-watt is going to cost you $500. Okay, and you know, I look at the numbers, and again, but the Zamp 100-watt matched up with that 80 amp battery might be a little overkill. I mean, of course, you know, in fact, it would be. It'd be a hell of an overkill, because it'd be throwing out more amps than I'm using. But that's okay. You know, too much. You know, having too much solar is kind of like having too much money. You know, is that possible? I don't think so. So anyway, but yeah, so I'm kind of excited. I mean, I've been thinking about this for a long time. You know, when would I leave? You know, the thing I think about is like heating. You know, if I left out in January, say, to go out to Quartzsite, and don't think I'm not thinking about it. I'm not saying I am or not, because, you know, I get in these fired up moods. You know, I start ramping myself up, and you know, shit, you never know what I'm going to do. So yeah, but as far as heating the RV, you know, they got the little buddy heaters and all that stuff, but you know, they all use propane, butane, you know, whatever, and you know, they're a little, you know, run them all the time. What happens when you run, you know, if you heat your RV using propane, whether you use the furnace or the burners on the stove, what happens is you get a lot of condensation inside the RV on the windows, okay? You get a lot of condensation, a lot of moisture. Of course, you know, I can overcome that with those little dehumidifiers I have, that use that granulated stuff. That helps a lot, but we'll see. You know, but again, if I go out, I know what, I was out at Quartzsite last year, and what I found was it does get a little cool out there in the desert, and it's a little damp. The weather's not really great there. It's sometimes it's windy, sometimes it's cloudy. You know, it's not the perfect climate, okay? And so that kind of keeps me thinking maybe I better wait till March the 1st and then just kind of move out, and that way the temperatures would be above, you know, as long as the temperature is above 40, I'm okay, because I can dress for that pretty easily, and I got enough cover on the bed for that, and I can always add stuff. But you know, when you get up in the morning and it's icicles in your toilet, that's not really all that good. And that's another thing for the toilet. You know, people will probably suggest, well, get you a composting toilet and you're good to go. I'm not going to fool with that. What I'll do is just get me some good trash bags or good bags that fit over my toilet, poop in the bag and throw it away. As far as peeing, I'll just pee in a gallon jug and dump it on the ground, you know. And, you know, cows poo-poo on the ground. So, but I'm not going to, you know, my poop, I'll do it by the rules, and I will never dump any stuff on the BLM land other than just water, you know, because I will dump my shower water and kitchen sink water out when I'm camping, because there's nothing in it. I use very little soap, if any, and so it's not tainted. and I don't treat it with chemicals, so there's no chemicals. So it's just basically plain old H2O, and it's not going to hurt anything. In fact, it may make something grow, and some animal come along and eat the grass and thank me for having watered it. Okay? So what else is on my mind this morning? Hair is on my head. Anyway, for those of you that use the Amazon link, bless your little hearts, I put a link to Amazon in every description of my video, in the description of my videos. That's where you find it. Everybody keeps asking, where do you find the link? The link is in the description. The reason it's there is because I can't figure out where else to put it. I mean, I'm not a techie, okay? I mean, I do it the simplest way I can, just like this boondocking stuff I'm talking about. You know, I don't want to be drilling a lot of holes and adding inside panels and doing all this crap. You know, I want it simple, you know, easy peasy, you know, something I can understand. You know, this area we're coming into here is a little unincorporated community called Buchanan Dam. It's named that because of Lake Buchanan, which is a huge 22,000 acre lake that we were going to drive out to, and that's where I'll end the video. But, you know, this time of the year too is getting to be big deer season up here. Deer season opens the first Saturday, I think, in November. Well, it's already open, forget that. Yeah, deer season's out now, and all the guys are wearing their camouflage and carrying weapons that'll kill an elephant at 7,000 yards, and they've got deer blinds and feeders and all kind of stuff, and they call it hunting. I'm glad they do it. Why? Because the deer up here, if they're not thinned out, they're like goats. I mean, they just take over. There's no real natural predator. The coyotes used to kind of clean them out, but they pretty well cleaned out the coyotes. So anyway, it's an expensive hobby, I'll tell you that. To lease some land and go deer hunting up here is not cheap. I don't know what they are now, but they aren't cheap. This is Highway 261. It goes towards Bluffton, a little bitty community. But this is just a little lakefront community called Buchanan Dam, unincorporated. At one time they had a permanent population of about 800, and they had 12 bars. I loved it. That's why I came here. Yeah, in an evening you could go to 4 or 5 different bars, and they were all totally different. I mean, totally. The clientele was totally different. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah, of course, I enjoy life right now. I enjoyed those days, and I enjoy these days, you know. Yeah, I'm getting excited again, guys. I'm kind of getting pumped up. Now that I've got over the transition of getting into my new RV, my Puff the Magic Dragon. But anyway, now that I'm in there, I feel good. I've got over the stress of the move. And, you know, really, I mean, a lot of guys, you know, you're saying, look, you look depressed. You know, well, you know, the moving is a big change. You know, I'm telling you, I don't care if you're moving from an RV to an RV or an apartment to an apartment, things change. You know, you got to get all your stuff and move. You got to pick it up physically with your hand and put it somewhere. And so that's all done. Everything in my new RV now is predictable. I know where stuff is. And that makes it, oh, that just makes a world of difference, you know, because at first, the first week, I'm thinking, oh, where did I put that? Or where's this? Or where's that? You know, because you can't see it. It's behind a closed door. And that's another thing. Inside my RV, there are no drawers. None. 0 drawers. You know, the things you pull out and put stuff in, there are none. It's all doors. All doors. And, yeah, I love that. And it's got big spots to put stuff. No, it's fine for me, guys. I mean, I know it's simple and it's not expensive. It's not exactly an Airstream, but for me, it works fine. It cost me $9,750 bucks, and it's light enough weight I can tow it with my truck. Even though it drops the gas mileage, it cuts the gas mileage in half, almost exactly, because I get about 25 and a half when I'm not towing, and when I'm towing, I get 13 or 13 and a half, whatever. And then here we go with clicky. Start that mess. But anyway, there's the lake off to the right there. That's Lake Buchanan. It's 22,000 acres when it's full, and that's water supply that pretty much goes down to Austin, okay? And it's a big recreational lake, fishing lake, mostly stripers there. You know, of course, they put stripers in there, and of course, like they are there, they take over. And they got a nice little park here. This is a LCRA park that has some hookups, and it's not very expensive. They have electric and water, but no septic. They may have a dump station, but this time of the year it fills up with people coming from up north, the snowbirds we call them, and winter Texans. But anyway, this is the public boat ramp, and this is the Llano County Park, sometimes called, I'm not sure if they call this Black Rock Park or not, but it's Llano County Park. And straight ahead of you is the huge, humongous lake. We're going to drive out on the deal like we're going to launch a boat, and I'll let you see the lake. But it is a nice day. Again, the temperature is 76, so, you know, I come up with these ideas like boondocking and crap, and it gives me something to do, man. Yeah, I mean, it gives me something to do. It gives me something to do, something to look forward to. Who said that? Tom Landry said that in the 1960s when he was coach of the Dallas Cowboys. They asked him one time in an interview, they said, Coach Landry, what is your idea of a perfect life? He said, well, I'll tell you. It's something to do, something to look forward to, and someone to love. And I've thought about that for 50 years. I think he nailed it. You know what I mean? But anyway, again, this is Lake Buchanan. There's a boat off there to the right. I'll swing around here and then I'll end this video. There's some kids rowing a little boat. And, but anyway, yeah, this is the boat launch. And, you know, one thing I have to tell you about launching a boat, I've had boats. Yeah, you back your boat down there, and if you don't have a four-wheel drive, sometimes the wheels just spin when you try to pull it out. But having said that, let me park right in here, I guess, for a second, and I'll end the video. But guys, think about it. You know, boondocking is easy to do. I mean, to set your RV up for off-grid living is not bad. Again, you people that use the Amazon link, thank you very much. Yeah, the sensor police were out here yesterday and this morning from YouTube, and they hit 6 of my videos at random. I mean, there's nothing about them, but anyway, they demonetized them, and of course I requested a manual review, which I do every time, and eventually they'll monetize it. But having said that, from Central Texas, USA, this is Rusty 78609 saying thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye bye. Buy USA made when you can, or if you can, or if you want to. You know, just do what you want to do. It ain't my business what you do. Anyway, what else? Drink plenty of water, 2 or 3 quarts, or scratch that, 3 or 4 quarts a day will keep you healthy. I promise you. It'll help you avoid gout, kidney stones, and what else? It'll help you lose weight because you'll be full of water. Okay. And so, you know, another way to lose weight is just eat less, but that's hard to do. What else? Take deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth several times a day. You know, take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for a few seconds, and then breathe out through your mouth. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress does what? Lowers your blood pressure. Lowering your blood pressure is good for you. Believe me, it is. Trust me on that one. Check it out if you don't believe me. Anyway, what else? Stretch, you know, keep your body in motion. We're going to go boondock. We're going to go do something. You know, I mean, I can justify the $1,000 I spend on the boondocking stuff by saving in camping fees. And not only that, I don't want to go to RV parks. I really don't. Or state parks anymore. They're so crowded, man. But having said that, guys, enjoy your day. From Central Texas, bye-bye.